Why do you talk like that? You dress like you're white. You like classical music? You don't like fried chicken? You don't like BET? You're not black. For the love of God, please shut the hell up! I'm sorry if I'm not your definition of what black is supposed to be. But I happen to like who I am, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I enunciate because my mother taught me to do so, just as her parents taught her and her siblings. Slang wasn't an option. It still isn't, come to think of it. I enjoy shopping at mainstream stores like Loft, Old Navy, Stitch Fix, and more because I want to feel beautiful. I don't eat fried chicken or any fatty foods because it is unhealthy for me, and I'm trying to sever ties with diabetes and bad heart health in my family. I enjoy all types of music: classical, jazz, Latin, Broadway, oldies, rock, alternative, Tin Pan Alley, old school R&B, etc. because of my upbringing and musical education. I enjoy watching sitcoms, period dramas, anime, Disney movies, films from the golden age of Hollywood, animal programs, home decor shows, and Saturday morning cartoons because it makes me happy and relax. Is there really supposed to be a general representation of what black people should be? I don't think so. I hate to break this to you, but what you see on TV and film doesn't even come close to what all blacks are. As a matter of fact, that's called stereotyping, and it needs to stop. For example, I'm not a gangster or drug addict. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes or marijuana. I don't go around dropping F-bombs or other curse vocabulary every second word when I talk. I don't do any of that because it makes me uncomfortable. I don't limit my music experience to just black artists. I don't go to clubs on weekends or any given night. I'm not a loudmouth. I don't do any of those things Hollywood or the media paints us to be. Here's a thought. Tell stories about the blacks you don't know or see on a regular basis. What about blacks who like anime? What about blacks who like to exercise? What about blacks who enjoy eating healthy? Oh, what about blacks who like games like Dungeons and Dragons or Settlers of Catan? Huh? What about blacks who are quiet and introspective? What about blacks who are gay, lesbian, or transgender? What about blacks who are mathematicians? What about blacks who love the theater? What about blacks who speak other languages, not just Spanish because it's easy? What about blacks who are scientists? What about blacks who are paramedics as well as doctors? What about blacks who hold major roles in the armed forces? What about blacks who are into Shakespeare? What about blacks who enjoy traveling? What about blacks who play in symphonies? What about blacks who don't look black? What about blacks who like classic novels by Tolkien, Jane Austen, or F. Scott Fitzgerald, just to name a few? What about blacks who love fantasy? What about blacks who adore Disney movies? Where are those stories? Sometimes people ask me what I believe in as a black woman. I believe that being black means moving forward instead of blaming the color of our skin for all of the problems in our country or in the world. It means that we learn from our ancestors who fought for acceptance and equality, not chastise them for not doing enough. It means embracing the things that makes us happy, even if it's things or ideas that are not so common for Black people to do. It means not following the crowd and being proud of being your own person. It means fighting for change that is long overdue and not just doing nothing. It means teaching others that character is far more important than color. I was once told to enjoy living on my plantation because of my thinking that our ancestors wouldn't want us to live in the past, but instead move forward. For many years, that statement hurt me because of my progressive thinking. But my progressive thinking has become my strength. Our fight is far from over, but we shouldn't have to accept the stereotype of what our race is, because that's not who we all are. We deserve an equal representation of all the different personalities, likes, dislikes, and tastes. Not just a small fraction because it's what sells or what is expected to be seen. I'm not a perfect representation of what Black looks like, but I would rather be myself than be a copy of something that I'm not. And that's the way it should be.